Greetings everyone. Now we are starting with the numerical part of this chapter, that is closing of the books of the firm. Like as I have explained you that in case of dissolution of a firm, there is a complete breakdown of the relationship between the partners as well as the closure of the firm. So when you close any business, you are required to close the books also. That is, all the accounts are supposed to be closed. So you will be selling off all the assets and you need to pay off all the liabilities. Through this, all the accounts will be closed. So now we are to study step by step procedure of closing of the books. So in the settlement of the accounts or closing of the books, our first thing will be that we are to realize all assets, because unless and until you have the money, how will you pay the amounts? So the very first thing is realize all assets. After that, whatever money you get from the sale of the assets along with the available cash and bank balances, you are to utilize this money to pay off the liabilities. Now, as we are doing simple dissolution problems, it means the firm is solvent, firm is having enough of money to pay off all its liabilities. So, firm will be using all the money to pay off the liabilities in this order. Number one, they are to pay the expenses on disposal of assets and collection of debts, etc. So since these are the expenses which are directly related with the sale of the assets, so you have to pay them out of the proceeds very first. After that, you come to the actual liabilities available in the books. So in these liabilities, the first number is third party liabilities. That is, you are to pay creditors, bank overdraft, bank loan, bills payable, outstanding expenses, loans of partners, spouses, because partners, spouses are third party, they are not internal to the business. Or these liabilities may be secured, unsecured, but all these liabilities are to be paid next. Once all external parties are satisfied, then the firm is to pay to partners' loans. So any loans taken from the partners shall be paid now. Then whatever money is left, that will be utilized to pay the capital contribution, which in fact is capital claim. And if any surplus is left, it is paid in the profit sharing ratio. So this is how the payment goes. So you sell off all the assets, so all assets accounts are closed, you pay off all the liabilities, so liabilities are closed, you pay the loan account will be closed, then you pay to the capitals, so capital account will also be closed. Now herein the issue is that the firm is having maybe a set of say 10 different assets which are to be sold. So rather than selling off each and every asset separately and then finding out in some assets we are having profit, on some we have loss, and then compiling the figures. So the process of sale of assets and payment of external liabilities is done through a separate account called realization account. So this is a all comprehensive account wherein what we do is we close all assets and we close all liabilities. Then within this account, all realizations, all payments are recorded. So in one place only we get the overall profit on the realization of assets and payment of the liability. So we'll be getting only one figure rather than making calculations for separate assets and for separate liabilities. We club everything together, so we make a bundle of all assets and liabilities in this account, and then we realize the assets, pay off the liabilities. Then you pay the partners loans. So these two things, the first two will be done through realization. Now partners loans can directly be paid or they can be clubbed in the capital account, and they can be paid through the capital account also. Within the capital account, sometimes capitals are fixed, we have current account also, so even that account can be closed in the capital account. So I'm just telling you the process, the broad idea, because earlier we used to prepare current account separately and then we kept capital account separately. So some authors follow the process that in the current accounts you will transfer all profits, you will transfer all losses, and whatever balance is there, it is closed in the capital account, and then the final payment is done. But now some of the other authors are of the opinion that what is the use of making two separate accounts? Ultimately this account is to be closed in capital account, so why not do it in the beginning? So they suggest that rather than preparing this account, you close it in the capital account, and then you adjust everything here in the capital account, because ultimately we are going for closure and make the final payments. So majorly we'll be having realization account, we'll be having capital plus current account, and one more account since everything is being paid or received through cash and bank. So we'll be having cash and bank to check mathematical accuracy, that is whether we have recorded everything correctly or not. So these are our three main accounts which we prepare to close the books. So settlement of accounts basically implies closing the books. And now we know that in order to close the books, we are to prepare these three statements. Now, before we start with the closing of the books, let us see the problem. What type of problem shall be given to us and how will we be working on the same? Because unless and until we know what is to be closed, you are closing the books, right? This can be done through realization and through capital and current. So in fact, we are to close all the balances. We are to classify them into two categories. What will be closed through realization and what will be closed through capital and current account. So this is what you are to classify. So before we start with these formats of these accounts, we'll just analyze the problem, because that is very important. We need to know how the accounts are getting being closed. So you see, we'll be making these three accounts. Realization is for disposal of assets, settlement of liabilities and expenses. Then loan account can be done separately or it can be done through capital. Then capital and current account, this can be done here, and then cash and bank account for the final check. So we know that partners are to be paid their claims, their capital, current account balances, their share in profits, losses, and they might be taking over some assets and liabilities, and finally their account is settled. So we are to adjust all these things in their account. So majorly we have, again let me reiterate, why do I keep on saying things again and again? Because I want you to remember these things, that dissolution or working for the dissolution is not a big issue. We are just to think of two things. Question is there with you, so you are just to think of what will be recorded in realization and what will be done through capital accounts, partners accounts. And this is just a final check, right? So when we are given a particular question, we are to analyze, we are to read that question properly, and we are to analyze where will account be closed. Will it go in the first part, realization, or in the second part, partners accounts? So like all the assets of the company, this is the problem given. We are given a balance sheet, we are to close the books. So the assets can be classified into four major categories. One is the cash and bank account. We know that this is to be prepared separately. This is to be done separately. So you can keep it as separate, that we'll prepare an account. Then we have some accounts relating to partners. Their advances, if they have given any advance, or the firm has given any advance to them, and their share in the losses, deferred revenue, expenses. This all will go in the second part, that is partners accounts. This first part is a check. Cash and bank account is prepared for final check. So we'll prepare its account separately. This will go in partners account, and everything else left, every other asset, that will go in the realization first part. Okay. Then here also on the liability side, we'll classify everything into two parts mainly. Partners loans, partners capital account, current account, their profits, their reserves, everything which belongs to them actually. Anything which is with the name which belongs to them, it will be classified separately and it will be closed in the capital account. So it will go in the capital account, and all third party liabilities by any name, if it is a third party liability, it will go in the realization account. Now herein it is interesting to note down one more thing. Sometimes we are given, we use the term reserve and fund, etc., and we are under the impression that this is a reserve, this will belong to partners, this is a fund, this belongs to partner. But we are to differentiate certain funds and reserves. Please remember, if we are given provident fund or pension fund, now we know that these are funds, these are collection of profits, but this profit is not for the owner. This is to give the pension or retirement benefits to your employees. So even if the term fund is attached, do not make a mistake of classifying this in the partners amounts, because this is a liability towards the employees. So this is a third party liability which will be closed in realization. Likewise, on the asset side also we are given goodwill. Now in your fundamentals of partnership or in the admission etc, we knew that goodwill is earned throughout the life of the business, and sometimes you purchase it. When you buy it, it is appearing in the books. So earlier you used to close it in the partner's accounts, but now when business is being sold off, this is like any other asset. So just like you have plant, you have building, you have furniture, you have goodwill. So this will be sold just like any other asset. So this will also be closed in realization. This will not belong to partners. Okay. So this is one thing that we need to remember here. And when we are to close these books, you see, will be provided some additional information, like for the assets will be given that these are to be sold at this price. Now when you dispose of your assets, you can either sell them for cash, you get money, or many a times partners may decide to take over. So some of the partners may say that I'll take over stock or I'll take over the building at this price. So some agreed price will be there, but they, instead of selling it, they may buy it for their personal use. Similarly, liabilities may be sold for cash, they may be paid for cash, or some partner may decide to take over the liability. Maybe X is a partner, his wife has given loan to the firm. So he may say that let me take over this loan, I'll pay her. So this will be adjusted in the partner's account. So when he decides to take over the asset or a liability, it does not mean that he will take it as it is as a charity. He's not doing charity. This amount will be adjusted in his capital account. The only thing is that they want to be, give the convenience of closing the books as early as possible. If you go for sale of the assets, or maybe, to pay the liabilities, you are talking to people like you want some discount or something. So you want to settle the accounts. So it may take some time. So if you decide to take it over, you are just to get it valued and you take it over at the agreed price. So you just want to reduce the time which is being taken in the dissolution process. Regarding expenses also, we have 3 different ways of indulging or deciding about the expenses. I am taking 2 methods right here. Third one is additional adjustment that we'll take up in the next part. So expenses can also be paid by the firm. Normally this is the expense, it should be paid by the firm. So firm pays cash, or it might be paid by the partner. So if a partner pays it, it will go in his capital account, it will increase his claim. Because if you pay something for someone else or somebody else, your claim on that person will increase because you will recover it. You're not sitting here for charity. You paid firm's expenses of 10,000. So it's not a charity. Later on you will get your money, you would like to recover your money. So expenses will be adjusted in the capital account. When you take over expenses, when you take over liabilities, your claim will increase. And when you decide to take over any asset, your claim will reduce. Because in place of your claim being paid in cash, you decide to take over assets. Suppose you are to recover 50,000 from a person and you say that I'll take over your stock for 30,000. So obviously that person will say that out of 50,000, you have taken over stock for 30, I'll pay you balance. So if you take over any asset, your claim will reduce. So this is what we need to remember. Now in the balance sheet, we have our balance sheet directly being split into 2 parts. Amounts belonging to partners, okay, and amounts belonging to outsiders. So your assets and liabilities which are for external party, these are closed in realization account. Your partners amounts are closed in partners capital accounts, right? Everything belongs to partners, it will go in their capital account, be it a loss, expense, deferred revenue expense, or a profit, or a reserve, or their current account balance. Here also you may have their drawings, you may have their current account balance, debit balances. So we have clearly divided our balance sheet in 2 parts and we know which part is to be closed where. Coming to cash and bank, we will simply put it in our cash or bank account and we will adjust all the things. All cash transactions will be posted here, and finally what we will be finding that our cash balance is matching. Because when business was started, it had nothing. Even the cash, initial cash was provided by the owner. So when you close the business, you are left with nothing. So you should not have anything left with you. Everything is to be adjusted out. So later on in the cash or bank account, in final check, we will be finding your total cash receipts are going to be equal to the payments. So nothing is left with you. Everything closes. So let us start with the process of closing the accounts. So first step will be that these accounts, we have demarcated the entire balance in two things. So you are to close them in their respective accounts. So partners amounts will go in their capital account, realization, assets and liabilities will go in realization. Now where will we close them? Assets have a debit balance, so they will be closed on the debit side. Liabilities being a credit balance, so they will be posted on the credit side. Right, because what is our journal entry? If we have assets have debit balance, you want to close them. Maybe you have, say, I'm just taking one, you have plant account of 10,000 balance, it's a debit balance. Okay, if I prepare plant account, I have a debit balance here. Now in order to close this balance, I need to credit it. So I'll close it in the realization account. So my journal entry is realization account debit to plant account. So all assets will be closed on the debit side, all liabilities and provisions, of course. Liabilities also include provisions. So provisions will also be closed on the credit side. You may have provision for depreciation, provision for bad and doubtful debts. You may have provision for some kind of liabilities, So all this will be closed on the credit side. Likewise, partners balances, debit balances will be closed on the debit side. Credit balances will be closed on the credit side. It's a very simple thing. It's just an across posting. If I put this realization account or capital account here, assets will be closed on the debit side, liabilities will be closed on the credit side. It's an cross posting because this is the this is how we are closing the accounts. In order to close a debit balance, we need to keep it as a credit, so it goes on the debit of realization. So let us see. So first thing is we are to get rid of cash and bank. We will simply put it in the cash and bank account. So just get rid of this. Where does it go? It goes here. It will come here. Okay. So you have recorded balance. Now we are to get rid of partners amounts. In order to get rid of partners amounts, where should these go? These should go in the partners capital account. So if you are preparing these three accounts simultaneously, you can simply pick up the accounts and close them. So just move them from balance sheet, put them in the partners accounts. You can put them in a separate account also, and you can pay them separately. Now picking up partners balances, and where will they go? They will go here. Credit balances will come here, debit balances will come to the debit side. So you see all their balance, their current account credit balance, their profits, that is accumulated profits and reserves, their losses. So these will come to the respective sides. So what is left here? So these will go in realization. So you will put them in realization, right? So these are going in realization. So you see, with one entry, with one step, we have simply taken up everything from balance sheet. Nothing is left. So we have just posted balances at respective sides. Now come to the realization first. So we'll close these accounts one by one. Now realization is to be closed. It means assets are to be sold off, liabilities are to be paid off. So assets are recorded on the debit side, so their sale will be recorded on the credit side. Because when we sell off any asset, our journal entry is bank account debit, you get money to so and so asset, right? But now this asset is no longer there in accounts. In accounts you do not have assets. Where they are lying in realization. So our entry is bank account debit to realization. So assets closure will be recorded on the credit side, liabilities will be paid through the debit side. Now when you dispose of your assets, these might be taken over by the partner also. So if we sell them for cash, we record cash realized, right? We put money, we write bank account. If it is taken over by partners, so it will be written in the partners accounts. And simultaneously we can make the cross posting. You get money, you post it in the cash account. Okay, this money is posted here in this account debit side. Partners amounts are recorded on the debit side because they are reducing their claim. Now coming to the payments. Now payments order is that before you pay to anyone else, any expenses paid on dissolution shall be paid first. So we'll pay off the liabilities and alongside we'll pay off the expenses. So you will pay expenses paid by the firm, or expenses paid by the partner will be written in their account. Okay. So for payment of liabilities, bank account, liability paid. If partner takes over this, it will be partner's capital account. Now these are simultaneously posted. We can prepare all accounts simultaneously, right? So the liabilities being paid through bank will be posted in the bank account. Liabilities being taken over by the partners will be recorded in their account. Okay, so we have cross postings. Then we will balance out this account and we will find out profit or loss. So if the difference is coming here on the debit side, it is a profit. Difference coming on credit side is a loss. So now we'll post this profit or loss also. Loss will be debited and profits will be credited. Now when we are preparing this account, you see, we can either prepare accounts simultaneously. Okay, so you can make formats of all the three accounts and just start preparing them. You can prepare them as it is, and finally you will close all the accounts one by one. But it's up to us. We can start with one of the accounts also. Okay, so what we can do is that we can maybe we prepare realization account first. Once this is done, then we'll take up the partner's capital account. So now when we start this account, we know that while preparing this account, we have a balance sheet with us and we have a realization account with us. These two accounts are there. So this capital account will be framed from these two accounts. So from the balance sheet, we'll record their debit and credit balances. Debit balance is debit side, credit balance is credit side. Then from realization, we'll put the cross posting. Assets taken over and losses, they reduce their claim, so these will be recorded on the debit side. Liabilities taken over and profits, they increase their claims, so these are recorded on the credit side. Then you balance this and you find final payment or receipt. Now if the difference is coming here on this side, difference coming on the debit side implies that your credit side is more. Then only difference will come. If say credit side total is 10,000, debit side total is 15,000. Difference will come on this credit side to make the total same. But if it is here say 5,000, then you will say the difference of 5,000 is coming here. So what is this? This is final payment. Why do we say final payment? Because your claim was more. You have a claim of 10,000 but you have losses or withdrawals of 5,000. That means even after adjusting this, you still have a claim of 5,000 on firm, so you have to get that money. So firm will pay you. On the opposite side, if the difference is coming on the credit side, it means that you have lesser claim. Maybe you have a claim of say 20,000, this third partner say, and he has 28,000 on the debit side. That means we'll have to put 8,000 here to make the balances same, right? And 8,000 coming here implies that he has debit balances more, which means either he has more losses or he has withdrawn more. So if you have taken out more from the firm, you need to repay. So herein it will be called payment by the partner, and for the firm it is received. If partner is paying, firm is receiving. So it is the final receipt of the firm and final payment to the for the partner. Okay, so you will pay them or you will receive them. Now coming to cash and bank account. So if you are preparing it in order, if you are preparing all the things simultaneously, you are making cross postings, your account will be done by now. But if you are preparing this right now, this account, when you prepare this, you have three things with you. You have balance sheet with you, you have second realization account, and you have partners accounts also. So when you prepare this account, what you have to do is just make cross postings. After recording balance from balance sheet, you will record balance. You will just make the cross postings. Okay, so from the realization, your cash transactions, wherever you are using cash or bank, this will be recorded. And then from the partner's capital account, all the payments and receipts will be recorded. And when you total up this, you will be finding that the total is matching. Okay, there should not be any balance left. That implies that you have done the things correctly. Otherwise, there is a problem. Now, sometimes, in our questions, we are given both cash and bank balance. Now, don't be confused that am I to prepare both the accounts? No, you are just to work in one account only, because we'll be moving through cash or through bank. So you just prepare one account and close the other one in this. So if you are preparing, say, cash account, so you close everything, so you will close bank account here, so your bank balance will be closed here. But since you are preparing cash account, it means you are working through cash only, so herein everything will be recorded through cash. So don't make a mistake of writing multiple accounts. So it's not that something is in cash, something is in bank, only one will be continued. You may opt to close, prepare bank account. You are recording everything through bank. So you will put bank balance, here, and cash will be closed here. So if you prepare bank account, cash balance will be closed, and then you will record everything to the bank account. So let us see these accounts in detail. Okay. So this is your realization account. This is what we have got from the balance sheet. You closed everything, and this is what your adjustments given, because adjustments are recorded at two places. So when you do the cross posting, these will be posted in the coming accounts, but these are the closings. Now you might be finding bank overdraft here. Now please remember, bank overdraft is the amount overdrawn from the bank. Till now what we have studied is that this is the credit balance of bank. So sometimes people make a mistake of recording it on the credit side of bank. But this is not so in case of dissolution, because if you prepare it in bank account and you put this as a credit balance, and you assume that we'll be getting money and then we'll pay the balances and it will match. This may be the case in case of a simple dissolution problem, but in reality you do not know whether your firm is going to be solvent or not. So there is one doubt. You have a doubt. Real scenario implies that you may not get enough money to pay the liabilities. So you have a doubt whether you will be getting enough money or not to pay this balance. So as a rule, third party liabilities are to be paid first. So this bank overdraft needs to be settled before anything is being given to the partners, or towards their loan. So this is taken as a outside liability now and not as a balance. This must be paid here, because we do not know whether we will get the money. Now suppose your firm is insolvent and you keep on doing like this, that this is a balance, I'll write it here. You put it as a balance. Now when it comes for the balancing, you find you do not have cash and you have made payments towards partners' loans or towards partners' capital. You cannot do so. The firm needs to pay all the external liabilities first. So whether it is an overdraft, it is an external liability, it has to be paid through realization. Okay. And there is another thing called, there are certain provisions. Provisions can be for the known losses, like you have provision for bad and doubtful debts. You know that there are going to be some debts. This is a certain liability, certain loss. There are certain losses and liabilities which are certain. Certain means that they are bound to happen. So those provisions will be recorded. These will be closed here. Like this is a provision for bad debts. You may either close it in the debtors and you can record balance here, or you may close it here. Similarly, provision for depreciation. Depreciation is assumed decline in the value of the asset, and it is for real. No, it is real. It is there. So there is not an iota of doubt that we might not be having any depreciation. You are using asset, you are keeping asset, it is bound to have depreciation. So provision for depreciation is closed here. But there are certain provisions for which the liabilities are not certain. Certain, that is, liabilities are not sure. Like provision for contingent liabilities. Now you do not know whether this liability is going to materialize or not. So when you have any provision for uncertain expenses, losses, or liabilities, in that case these provisions are not fully closed here. Okay, these are not fully closed here. Why? Because their liabilities or losses are not certain. So what we do for these is that if you have these provisions, then for the relevant amount of liability, amount will be closed here, but the amount for which there is no liability, that will be taken as a profit. So if you have provision for contingent liability of 50,000, but at the end you find that there is no liability for this, so this is a profit. It will go in the partner's capital account. Okay, but if suppose you have a liability of say 30,000 against this, so 30,000 will be closed here as a liability, 20 will go as a profit. So we'll take up this separately also, but right now when we are doing the exercise, so I'm just telling you that these quite a few things that we need to remember. Okay, so let us see the format of partners capital account. Since this account has been done after realization, that means you had two statements with you. So this is what we have taken from balance sheet, and this is what we have taken from the realization. So this is balance sheet and this is realization. This is, and this one is final balancing. This is the balancing figure. For cash and bank account, there is not going to be any balancing figure. We have balance sheet. So from balance sheet, we'll take up the balance. From realization, we'll take up the assets and liabilities amounts. And from partners, we'll take up their final receipts and payments. So this is how we close the accounts in a step-by-step procedure. All right. So have a look at this question. It's a very simple question. And you are given the balance sheet, you are to close the accounts, close the books of the firm. We are given all the details. So we'll take up this question next time. So for the time being, thank you.